Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys an introduction to x and y intercepts. So we have our equation here, y equals 3x plus 4, and it's in slope-intercept form. So before I go on about explaining what x and y intercepts are, let's go ahead and first graph this equation. So we have our table here with our x and y values. So let's first start with 0. If x is 0, 3 times 0 is 0 plus 4 is 4. So if x is 0, y is 1, 2, 3, 4. So somewhere about here. Now if x is 1, y would be 7. So we have 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So over here. And if x is 2, then that would be 10, but that would be over the graph. So now let's go smaller. Let's go -1. If x is -1, then y would be 1. So now we have -1 and 1. Now if x is -2, we would have -2. So -2, and we have to go down by 2, so -2. And let's do one more. If x is -3, y would be -5. So -3, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would be down here. So now let's go ahead and connect our points. So our line would look something like this. Oops, sorry. Something like this. So now if you notice, well, our x-axis, which is the flat axis, it goes from left to right. This is our x-axis. And this is our y-axis. It goes from up to down. So this is our y-axis. And if you notice, our line actually intersects our axis at 2 points. Right here, as well as right here. That for our x-axis and for each axis, it intersects the point once. And that is what is known as an intercept, the point where our line intersects our axis. For the x-intercept, it's for the x-axis. So the point where our line intercepts the x-axis, and for our y-intercept, it's for our y-axis. So the point where intercepts our y-axis. And as you can see, this point here, x has to be 0 in order for this point to be on the y-axis, right? And for this point right here, doesn't y have to be 0 for this point to be on our x-axis? Yeah. So for our x-intercept, y has to equal 0. And for our y-intercept, x has to equal 0. So they're complete opposites. And we can actually calculate our x and y intercepts simply using our equation. All we have to do is plug in y or x for 0. So let's first find our x-intercept for this equation. Well, to do that, we're going to have to plug in y equals 0. So now we get 0 is equal to 3x plus 4. And now if we subtract by 4 on both sides, we get negative 4 is equal to 3x. And now if we divide by 3 on both sides, we get x is equal to negative 4 over 3. So this is our x-intercept. Negative 4 over 3. And for our y-intercept, we simply have to plug in x equals 0. So if we plug in x equals 0, we get y is equal to 3 times 0 is simply 0, so y equals 4. And it's as simple as that. Our y-intercept is 4. So that's how you find the values of x and y-intercepts from an equation, and that's essentially what x and y-intercepts are. The points where the line intersects the axis on the graph.